When a man was asked why he did not have any close friends, he reflected and compared friendship to a precious and rare diamond, pointing out that there are countless imitations of friendship in the world. His musings led him to the conclusion that after a string of errors, one begins to believe that there are no more genuine diamonds and that all of them are genuine forgeries. There was another man who joined the conversation and made the observation that a genuine friend is a treasure that should be cherished and admired. However, he expressed regret that it is difficult to find friends who are truly loyal and valuable. The response he gave when asked about his preference for solitude, including whether or not he enjoyed traveling alone, eating by himself, and isolating himself from other people, was that he was not a fan of those activities. In reality, he simply made the decision to avoid making new connections, which allowed him to avoid further disappointments with other people. In a tranquil clearing that was relatively removed from the beaten paths, there stood a magnificent oak tree. Shade was provided by its sturdy branches and dense leaves, which also provided shelter. During his travels through the woods, a young boy who was a natural explorer made the discovery of the oak. In a short amount of time, he became enamored with the tree, climbing its branches, reading in its shade, and conversing with it as if it were a reliable companion. As a result of the boy's presence, the oak experienced a sense of revitalization. The anticipation of his visits, which brought it a great deal of happiness and laughter, was palpable. On the other hand, as the boy got older, the frequency of his visits also decreased. This resulted in the oak becoming increasingly lonely as he made new friends and discovered new hobbies. The boy, who was now a young man, showed up one day with a sad expression on his face. In order to realize his goals, he shared with the oak his struggles with money and how he was in need of financial assistance. In an effort to be of assistance, the oak presented the young man with the idea of harvesting and selling its acorns. The young man reluctantly agreed to take the offer and made a commitment to come back in the near future. There was a progression from days to months to years as time passed. Because the young man did not come back, the oak tree was left desolate, and it was deprived of the friendship that it had so deeply valued. Finally, after a considerable amount of time had passed, the young man, who was now an adult, went back to the clearing. He was depressed and worn out, bemoaning the fact that his life had not taken the direction he had envisioned it would. Even though it was suffering from the pain of abandonment, the oak tree felt compassion for the man there. It made its sturdy branches available to the man so that he could construct a home, a place where he could begin again. A home was constructed by the man after he accepted the offer. However, once he set up shop, he once again forgot about the oak. After many years, the man, who was now elderly and lonely, expressed a desire to travel and experience the world. In order to construct a boat, he proceeded to cut down the trunk of the oak tree without any hesitation, leaving behind what was left of his longtime companion. The oak tree's trunk, which had been reduced to a stump, remained motionless and silent. As time passed, a new sprout appeared, grew, and eventually matured into a sturdy oak, thereby bearing witness to the unbroken chain of life. Due to the fact that it had learned from the experience of its predecessor, the new oak did not speak when a new child approached it with the intention of becoming its friend. It took pleasure in life, but it protected its heart from the disappointments that could result from promises that were not kept. Every cynical person harbors a disillusioned idealist within them, and they are aware of the fact that they were once someone's oak tree when they were younger. One should exercise patience with someone who does not have friends and does not trust other people if they are someone you know. It does not imply that they are malicious. It's possible that you've been an oak to someone so many times that you've lost faith in the concept of open and honest friendship. In light of this, we can see that there are numerous reasons to not trust other people, but that you have the ability to be a change agent. You have the ability to be an oak tree with boundaries, a genuine friend who teaches others how to achieve the same level of friendship. Because of the child's perseverance and patience, the oak eventually regained its ability to trust over the course of time. She came to realize that friendship, despite the fact that it could be challenging at times, was a potent connection that had the potential to bring her happiness and meaning in life. In tandem with the development of the friendship between the tree and the boy, the tree's heart began to feel hope, and trust was re-established. This demonstrates that it is possible to find genuine connections with other people, even after experiencing disappointments and forming cynical attitudes. The story of the oak became a legend in the community, serving as a reminder to everyone that genuine and enduring friendship is a transformative force, despite the fact that it can be brought about by disappointments and skepticism. A number of fascinating insights regarding the positive effects that friendship and social relationships have on our health and well-being are presented further below. Through the alleviation of stress, close friendships take on the role of an essential support system. The effects of stress can be significantly mitigated by having someone on whom you can rely and with whom you can discuss your concerns. Furthermore, social interactions cause the release of hormones such as oxytocin, which not only alleviate stress but also foster a sense of calmness in the individual. Friendships provide solace and joy during times of happiness, as well as support during times of sadness, thus contributing to the emotional well-being of individuals. There is a correlation between having few close friends and experiencing higher levels of satisfaction, as well as an overall improvement in emotional well-being. When it comes to strengthening the immune system, it has been demonstrated that having positive social connections can improve the body's abilities to defend itself. An improved immune response is exhibited by individuals who maintain strong relationships. This indicates that these individuals are better prepared to fight off illnesses and recover from them more quickly. There is also a correlation between social relationships and longevity. According to a number of studies, individuals who have robust social relationships have a tendency to live longer. There is a correlation between having close friendships and an active social network and having a longer lifespan. The presence of positive relationships can be just as beneficial as giving up smoking or maintaining a regular exercise routine. Additionally, the significance of social relationships extends to playing a role in lowering the likelihood of experiencing depression. A person's likelihood of developing depression is lower if they have strong social connections, and if they do develop depression, they typically experience symptoms that are less severe. The ability to overcome depression and other mental health conditions is significantly aided by the presence of social support. Another factor that contributes to increased self-esteem is the presence of close friendships, which provide a sense of belonging and validation. Self-esteem and confidence are typically higher in individuals who have a large number of close friends. Friends are able to offer constructive criticism and contribute to the development of a positive self-image. Strong friendships are also linked to healthy behaviors, which is another important advantage. Having friends who are physically active, eat healthily, and maintain an active lifestyle can have a positive influence on the choices that we make regarding our own lifestyle. In the end, the close bonds of camaraderie that we have are essential in the process of developing our emotional fortitude. It is possible to increase our capacity to face challenges and overcome difficulties by surrounding ourselves with companions who can offer emotional support during difficult times. We not only derive pleasure from our friendships and the interactions we have with other people, but they are also necessary for our overall health and well-being. The cultivation and maintenance of meaningful social relationships can be regarded as one of the most valuable investments in our mental and physical health. This perspective is in line with the teachings of Stoicism, which assert that the cultivation of inner virtue and wisdom is necessary for a life that is fulfilling. In this setting, empathy is absolutely necessary. It is possible to strengthen emotional bonds and enrich interpersonal relationships by putting oneself in the position of another person and understanding their feelings, views, and experiences. This ability to understand and share the feelings of others implies the capacity to put oneself in the position of another person. When we have the sense that we are understood, we are more likely to trust others and release our emotions. Empathy is also essential for effectively resolving conflicts because it enables us to comprehend the emotions and points of view of other people, which in turn makes it easier to navigate the process of finding solutions that are mutually satisfying. Furthermore, empathy helps to cultivate tolerance because it enables us to comprehend the experiences and perspectives of other people. This, in turn, makes us more receptive to diversity and respectful of the cultural, religious, and social differences that exist. It enables us to provide genuine emotional support, demonstrating understanding and concern for the feelings of others, and thereby creating an environment in which individuals feel supported and valued. Human connection, on the other hand, refers to the sensation of belonging and closeness that we experience in our interpersonal relationships. It encompasses genuine and profound interactions and is essential for our mental health. People who have this connection are generally happier, less likely to suffer from depression, and have a higher level of satisfaction with their lives. Additionally, meaningful interpersonal relationships serve as a defense mechanism against stress by reducing levels of cortisol, which is the hormone that is associated with stress. The capacity to triumph over adversity is bolstered by compassion and human bonding, which enables individuals to confront difficult challenges and overcome emotional barriers without difficulty. Moreover, these relationships are beneficial to personal development because they encourage, motivate, and sustain individual growth during the process. Those who have a sense of interconnectedness are more likely to venture into uncharted territories and pursue their own personal goals. Further evidence suggests that individuals who have strong social ties tend to have a longer life expectancy. This is supported by the fact that research has shown that robust social connections can be a factor that contributes to a longer life. When it comes to the path that leads to a long and healthy existence, the quality of these interactions with other people is an essential component. In this context, the cultivation of compassion and the pursuit of meaningful human relationships are essential components in the process of constructing bonds that are both positive and rewarding. The development of such skills contributes to the enrichment of our lives and helps communities become more tolerant, empathetic, and united. Significant changes have been brought about in the manner in which we communicate with one another as a result of the advent of the digital age, which has had a profound impact on the fundamental nature of our friendships and social connections. In the era of digital technology, the following are some insights into social dynamics. The advent of technology has made it possible for individuals to connect with one another through the use of chat apps and social media platforms. This has resulted in the development of online friendships, which allow individuals to form significant bonds with one another regardless of the barriers that are imposed by physical distance. The manner in which we communicate with our friends and family members has been fundamentally altered by the advent of social networking sites and applications such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. These platforms make it possible for us to share moments, images, and reflections from our daily lives, thereby enabling us to maintain a connection that is both continuous and unprecedented. Privacy concerns, on the other hand, social media has also given rise to concerns regarding personal exposure and privacy infringement. An excessive amount of disclosure on the internet can have an effect on the manner in which we communicate with one another and share private information. Because instant messaging apps and services such as WhatsApp, Messenger, and Snapchat have reshaped communication, they have made it possible to have conversations in real time and to share photos and videos with one another. This has created a sense of intimacy, even when people are separated by great distances. Platforms such as LinkedIn have revolutionized the concept of networking, which has resulted in the creation of new job opportunities, opportunities for collaboration, and opportunities for career professional development. Virtual communities, the development of digital technology, has also resulted in the emergence of online communities. These communities allow individuals who share similar interests to congregate and exchange information. These communities can take the form of anything from mutual support to discussion forums on particular subjects. Attention to mental health, the use of social media, has been an important factor in increasing awareness of mental health by providing a forum in which individuals can discuss their experiences and consult with others for assistance. Despite the many advantages of digital connectivity, there are also a number of challenges that have emerged as a result of the technological era. These challenges include cyberbullying and social anxiety. The individual's self-image and emotional well-being can be negatively impacted by the pressure to maintain an active presence on the internet and by constant comparison. It is essential to keep in mind the words of Seneca, which quote him as saying, "It is not that we have a little time, but that we lose a lot." This statement emphasizes the necessity of using digital connectivity in a responsible and moderate manner. Within the context of an era in which online relationships have become pervasive, it is imperative that we make it a priority to strike a balance between face-to-face interactions and virtual interactions, thereby cultivating relationships that are both healthy and rewarding, both online and offline. Utilize the insights of some of the most influential philosophers in history to take charge of your life. A guide to resiliency, well-being, and prosperity, Stoicism in the 21st century is your most reliable resource. It is possible to transform difficulties into victories, stress into strength, and uncertainty into clarity. A great number of people, despite the fact that they are constantly connected to the internet, are experiencing feelings of isolation in the midst of the loneliness crisis. As a consequence of this, there has been a subsequent rise in the awareness of the significance of social bonds, as well as the emergence of initiatives to address the crisis of isolation. An acute sense of abandonment and a lack of substantial interactions are the defining characteristics of loneliness, which is becoming more and more prevalent in today's society. Even in this hyper-connected era that we are currently living in, a significant number of individuals are struggling with overwhelming feelings of loneliness. This is due to a number of factors, including decreased social engagement as a result of a decrease in face-to-face interactions. This is especially true among younger generations who are immersed in technology, which has an impact on their social skills. In many cases, the absence of genuine human communication is not adequately compensated for by virtual relationships or interactions. There is also the stigma and embarrassment that are associated with feelings of loneliness, which is an additional challenge. The fact that many people are reluctant to acknowledge that they are lonely makes it challenging for them to seek support or assistance. The modern way of life, which is characterized by hectic schedules and extended work hours, frequently leaves little time for people to establish meaningful connections. This confines individuals to a routine that makes it difficult for them to form such connections. Loneliness is a feeling that is frequently experienced by elderly people as a result of the loss of loved ones and the gradual decline in social relations that occurs with age. The process of aging and the experience of loss are also factors that contribute to loneliness. Additionally, changes in the dynamics of families, such as an increase in the number of people living alone or families that are geographically dispersed, can lead to feelings of isolation, particularly during times of emotional need. One thing that we can think about is the concept that even though we are unable to control the external circumstances, we do have control over how we perceive them and how we react to them. Within the context of this discussion, it may be beneficial to acknowledge and accept feelings of loneliness, as well as to actively seek out connections that are genuine and meaningful. We are encouraged by Stoic wisdom to discover contentment within ourselves and to recognize that the value of our connections is not based on the quantity of those connections, but rather on the quality and depth of those connections. Through the process of inducing social comparisons, social networks have the potential to amplify the sensation of loneliness. This occurs when individuals experience a sense of disconnection while observing the joyful connections of others online. The negative effects of loneliness include depression, anxiety, and other mental health disorders. Loneliness is associated with a wide range of different negative consequences. People who are lonely have a higher likelihood of developing mental health issues, as well as a higher likelihood of experiencing physical health problems such as heart disease, weight gain, and a shorter life expectancy. Loneliness can also have an effect on cognitive performance and memory, particularly in older people, which can lead to a vicious cycle of social isolation. In order to combat this crisis of loneliness, it is essential to raise awareness of the problem and educate about its impacts. Additionally, it is important to encourage the formation of local communities, living spaces, and social activities that can assist in connecting people. The provision of emotional support and therapy to individuals who are experiencing feelings of isolation can also assist these individuals in processing their emotions and locating ways to connect with other people. In order for individuals to feel like they are a part of something that is bigger than themselves, it can be beneficial for them to actively participate in social and community activities. Addressing the issue of loneliness is a difficult challenge that calls for an approach that is both cautious and multifaceted. In order to accomplish this, it is necessary to not only strengthen social connections, but also reduce the stigma that is associated with loneliness. This will enable individuals to feel more at ease when seeking assistance and support through the fight against loneliness in communities all over the world. Friendships are extremely important to cultivate. A higher quality of life and a longer lifespan are both associated with older adults who have an active social life and who are surrounded by intimate relationships, according to research. The fact of the matter is that friendships in old age are essential to maintaining mental and emotional health because they offer invaluable support. Relationships that last a lifetime are irreplaceable treasures that we cultivate with friends and family at various points in our lives. Not only do these connections bring us joy and emotional support, but they also have a significant influence on both our mental and physical health. It is essential to acknowledge the necessity of acknowledging the reality of loneliness and to look for solutions that can be implemented in order to overcome it. We are instructed by Stoic philosophy to concentrate on the things that are within our sphere of influence. In this instance, taking proactive measures to establish and sustain meaningful connections with other people. In addition to this, it encourages us to look within ourselves for the satisfaction and contentment that we seek, rather than relying solely on external sources for happiness. We see that the stages of childhood and adolescence are extremely important for the development of social and emotional skills when we investigate friendships throughout the course of life, beginning with childhood. Friendships that stem from childhood and adolescence frequently develop into trusting partners and adventure companions, thereby laying the groundwork for subsequent romantic partnerships. When a person is young, their friendships tend to become more diverse. Some of them may be co-workers at work, while others may share hobbies and pastimes. These connections contribute to the formation of our social identity and provide support, particularly during times of significant change. When people reach maturity, friendships frequently center on topics such as family, careers, and shared interests. During difficult times, these friends are indispensable because they offer both emotional and practical support. Friendships continue to be essential for one's emotional well-being, despite the fact that long-standing friendships develop a greater level of depth as one gets older. Friends have the potential to become an indispensable support network following retirement and the death of loved ones, providing a sense of continuity and purpose to the individual. There is no denying the importance of maintaining friendships throughout one's life for one's mental health. There is a correlation between having strong friendship ties and a lower risk of experiencing depression and loneliness. Frequent engagement with other people is beneficial to one's emotional well-being. In times of difficulty, having close friendships can help alleviate stress and boost one's self-confidence by providing a secure setting in which one can freely express their emotions. Long-term friendships can be an invaluable source of support, as they furnish both solace and companionship. In addition, studies have shown that individuals who have strong social ties have a tendency to live longer and have a higher quality of life. Friendships that last a lifetime provide opportunities for personal development, learning, and mutual acceptance, which in turn enriches the development of the individual. It is essential to maintain communication that is completely open, sincere, and compassionate in order to maintain friendships over time. This will help to cultivate an atmosphere that is characterized by mutual support and understanding. When it comes to maintaining these bonds, it is essential to make an effort to spend quality time with friends, even when one's schedule is extremely busy. Additionally, the capacity to adapt is essential, as individuals undergo changes over the course of their lives. It is essential to comprehend the alterations that occur in the personalities and circumstances of friends in order to maintain these relationships. Throughout the many stages of life, friendships that last a lifetime are the foundations of emotional support and well-being. They enrich our experiences by providing us with joy, comfort, and a strong sense of belonging. For a person, the number of friends they have is not a good indicator of their value because the quality of their relationships is more important than the quantity of those relationships. To have a small group of friends who are genuine and devoted to you is of incalculable importance, in comparison to having a long list of acquaintances who are only superficially acquainted with you. Deep and meaningful relationships offer a safe haven for the expression of a wide range of feelings, including genuine joys, fears, and complex emotions. These relationships also foster a sense of belonging and the genuine expression of one's self. It can be difficult to maintain quality of service across a large number of connections. When it comes to the most intimate friendships, the emotional and practical support that is provided is genuine and long-lasting, and it can make a significant difference in times of difficulty. Due to the fact that social masks are frequently used to conceal genuine emotions and thoughts, honesty and transparency are of the utmost importance in large groups. When it comes to strong relationships, honesty and openness are essential components. In large groups, where people frequently wear social masks to conceal their genuine emotions and thoughts, people have the freedom to behave in a genuine manner when they are in quality relationships, as a result of which emotional development and mutual understanding are helped. This setting encourages ongoing education and learning throughout one's entire life, thereby opening doors to opportunities for both professional and personal growth respectively. Increasing one's knowledge and skill set can result in new career opportunities and experiences that are more enriching. For the purpose of embarking on a profound journey of self-discovery, it is essential to venture outside of one's comfort zone and confront one's fears, uncertainties, and challenges. Experiences like these foster genuineness and a healthy sense of self-esteem. Moreover, cultivating empathy is an essential skill. The cultivation of empathy, as well as the stimulation of tolerance and respect, can be facilitated by making an effort to comprehend and engage with individuals who come from a variety of cultures, backgrounds, and points of view. As the Stoics lived their lives, we have the opportunity to contemplate the significance of cultivating relationships that are founded on virtue and mutual respect. It is impossible to live a full and happy life without having relationships that are profound and significant. Relationships like these, which are founded on truthfulness and comprehension, not only contribute to the enhancement of one's life, but also align with the Stoic philosophy of seeking wisdom and well-being. Therefore, in the pursuit of genuine connections, it is essential to place a higher value on quality than quantity, with the goal of fostering relationships that are extremely enriching and long-lasting. A significant contributor to one's emotional growth is the acquisition of knowledge through relationships, whether they are romantic or platonic. Intimate relationships are essential for the development of skills such as effective communication, the ability to resolve conflicts, and the capacity to provide mutual support. The difficulties that we face on a daily basis present us with opportunities to develop our problem-solving skills. Overcoming the challenges that we face on a daily basis increases our capacity to come up with inventive solutions. The appreciation for diversity is enriched and tolerance is fostered through experiences with diversity, which include interacting with people who come from a variety of cultures, beliefs, and experiences. When we approach these experiences with an open mind and a positive attitude, we not only increase our knowledge and skills, but we also nourish our soul and give our heart nourishment. It is critical to engage in the practice of self-care. The act of taking care of oneself is not only an essential component of self-love, but also an essential component of maintaining emotional and physical equilibrium. In order to care for yourself as an act of love and a personal necessity, it is essential to pay attention to the signals that your body and mind are sending you. The final point that we will cover in our video is as follows. What are your thoughts on them? Please share them with us in the comments section. Do not forget to activate the notifications and subscribe to our channel to receive updates. Because Stoicism provides a multitude of lessons that are applicable to everyday life, we strongly recommend that you continue to investigate this philosophy. You would be greatly appreciated if you subscribed to our channel and left a like. With the Creator, I hope that everyone is doing well.